Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. This is your host, Steven. I'm back. It feels so good to be back. And I'm joined by the entire panel.
Hello.
Woo. Hey, everyone. And we're here to talk about the latest Nintendo Direct because it was awesome. So we're just going to jump right into it with Splatoon 3 side order. I just have to say the contrast with everything being white is absolutely awesome. It clearly sets itself apart from anything else we've seen from the Splatoon games. And Act really stands out with her color in this environment. And it seems that Act will act as your guide in this journey. See what I did there? Your Pearl drone looks just like Pearl. Not sure if that is just because it's a robot controlled by Pearl or if the robot is an AI that is obsessed with Pearl. But it's probably the former. And it looks like they're introducing a lot of difficulties for each stage with a variety of rewards to be offered. The highest reward for the highest difficulty. And I'm all about Wave 2 of the DLC. I have not purchased it yet because Wave 1 was not appealing to me, but Wave 2 looks incredible. I'll be there day one. I'll be purchasing it closer to launch, but I can't believe it's not coming till spring.
Yeah, I mean, I am what I would call a casual Splatoon enjoyer. I don't play it super often, and there's times when I have to take breaks from it. But the introduction of RPG light elements is appealing to me for sure. And it's funny, like watching the trailer when I saw that there was numbers that appeared, as damage indicators when you hit the enemies. I was like, ooh, numbers! I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
So I'm a big RPG fan, and so that definitely got me intrigued.
I am kind of interested and have been kind of interested in a bunch of the Splatoon stuff, like ever since like the Octo expansion of Splatoon 2. I just, at this point, I'm like, well, I feel like I'd have to go back and play 2, and I'm terrible at the actual like main mode of the game. So I'm like, oh, so do I actually want it, or would I just be miserable? I don't know.
I'm in the same boat a little bit as you, Lisa. I never recovered from Respawn, the game.
Yeah. Respawn one day.
I've heard that it's better in Splatoon 3. I mean, from both Anthony and Steven saying you respawn more quickly and things like that. But I get trashed every time I try and play the game at all. So,
all right, moving on. We've got Mario versus Donkey Kong, and all I have to say is, where's the new Donkey Kong game? I mean, that's been rumored for a long time. I mean, don't get me wrong. This game looks great, and the puzzles look fun. And also, it looks like it's introducing new mechanics from the original. Could you handstand jump or backflip in the original?
Think you could at least do the handstand. Yeah, I think you could probably do both.
Then I might be lying here. There might be no new mechanics here. But what do you guys think of this title?
I'm interested. I dabbled in the original a little bit. Basically, I got it for free when I was a 3DS ambassador. I bought it before they did the price drop. So it was one of the games they offered to pay those of us, early adopters back. And I was intrigued by it. I didn't get very far because I had other gaming priorities at the time. But when I saw the announcement, I was like, ooh, this looks like, with a fresh coat of paint, that maybe this is the time that I'll actually want to pursue it. Because, that gameplay style is something that I would enjoy. And so I've got my eye on it. I don't know where it figures in my backlog, but I liked it. I liked that announcement.
Moving on, we've got The Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. In this game, you'll have a limited amount of amulets that can be equipped to boost your abilities. So it seems like you'll have some kind of customization on how you play the game and how you interact with your environment. The game looks beautiful, and it looks like it's a merge between the Ori games and Metroid Dread. And I am all in.
Yeah, when it was first revealed, it just automatically reminded me, the gameplay reminded me of Metroid Dread, where how smooth the movement looked, and obviously being a Metroidvania. And so,
yes,
if anything is going to be similar to Metroid Dread, I'm going to enjoy it.
Man, it looks like it's got some 3D cutscenes too, just like Dread did, which is awesome.
Yeah, it looks really fun.
Yeah, there's lots of potential.
It's one that, I'm keeping my eye very closely on. I guess I'll see if the reviews end up being as favorable as the game itself looks at this early phase. But if it's anything like Metroid Dread, like David said, it's one I'll definitely be picking up at some point.
So next we have Spy Anya, Operation Memories. I don't know if I said that right, but Lisa, you want to talk about that one for a second?
Yeah, so looking at the gameplay, I wasn't immediately like, oh yeah, I definitely want this game, but I have to admit I'm extremely curious. Mostly actually, because I really, really love the original anime. And so I'll probably end up like looking at reviews and maybe looking into some Let's Plays just to see if it looks like something I would enjoy, because just even when I like heard the voice acting, I was like, oh, it's Anya. So yeah, it looks kind of cute and wholesome. I just don't know if it will grab me, but I'm curious. So yeah, that's it for me.
All right, moving on, we've got Super Mario RPG, and holy crap, you guys, this game looks absolutely incredible. I will be purchasing this game on day one, and I'll actually beat it this time.
It's a day one for me too.
Lisa, people were analyzing things, and they discovered you can turn on the original music. I know that's important.
No way. Are you serious? Lisa, that's that. There you go, Lisa. Now it's your game of the year.
I don't even know that I will dislike the new music as a rule, but that they gave me the option. I'm so thrilled. That feels like a love letter to me. I love you too.
It just like that. This feels like it's a love letter to, longtime RPG fans in general. The game looks polished to a sheen, and I'm really curious about the new mechanics. It seems like it's going to add some fun new wrinkles to the already winning formula, and it's just a classic for a reason. So I lost my mind when they announced it, and I'm still just as excited.
So one thing that Anthony made me think of that I saw in the trailer that seemed kind of potentially quite fun, that's a new thing, is like the triple team attack or whatever. Like, that was not in the original game.
Yeah, it like triggers a cutscene and everything, right?
Yeah, it kind of seems kind of fun, because it's been years and years since I played the game, but I do feel like sometimes I was like, this battle is dragging on. So, having been
out QLEX specifically?
Maybe.
That's the battle I remember being hard.
Stop shooting my controller buttons.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun, the close-ups they did of Geno, just how much they seemed like they put into his, and all the characters' designs. But we see Mario a lot, and we see Peach a lot. So I feel like when I saw them, I was like, well, that's Mario and that's Peach. But when I saw Geno and I saw Mallow, I was like, well, they seem like they really put some thought into this. Like, you can see the wood texture on Geno, and that he's a puppet thing. I like it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Geno's still like one of my favorite original Mario characters. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, considering that a lot of people wanted him Smash, I think that a lot of people agree with you.
Well, moving on, we've got another code recollection.
or recollection, right?
Recollection. Close enough. I've heard it both ways.
I gotta say, I'm intrigued. I actually had never heard about this game before they announced the remakes, but a lot of trusted reviewers and YouTubers or media outlets seemed really excited about it, and so I kind of gave it a deeper look, and I am a fan of puzzle solving gameplay, so I'm intrigued. Again, it's hard to know where it'll fit in, with my other gaming interests, but to hear so many people that I trust excited about it kind of piqued my interest.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested for me, so not so much in its tone, but a little bit in the mechanics. It made me kind of think of a classic point and click adventure, but it just kind of seemed like mystery puzzle with really nice visuals. So I was like, ooh, I'm pretty interested in this. So I'll probably get both.
Alrighty. And then we're going right on to the next one, where we've got Princess Peach Showtime.
Sword Peach.
Yeah.
For the win.
This looks a lot better than I was led to believe in the reveal trailer.
Yeah.
I'm excited to give this game a try, and I know my daughters are going to adore it. Like it looks great. Yeah, Sword Peach for the win.
Yeah.
The original trailer made it look like it was just gonna be like her dress was gonna change color or something, right?
It was gonna like sort of
That's what I thought too.
Cinderella type thing went on there.
Yeah, they did a good job subverting our expectations a little bit, and it was a fun reveal, I thought.
Yeah, and I have to admit, like, at first when I saw that it was all, like, stage play aesthetics, I was like, aw, but, like, I want it to feel more real. But it looks like they really took it in a fun, creative direction. So I'm kind of excited, because it looked like there was, like, quite the variety of it's not mini games, but, like, tasks you would have to do for different types of plays, like the cooking one and the one where you're a martial artist and you have to jump across the things. I don't know. I was just kind of like,
That was cool.
looks like there's a lot of variety, and I like that.
You know what?
Detective Peach.
You know what it reminds me of, funnily enough, is it reminds me of Luigi's Mansion 3, how like each floor in that
Yeah, you're right.
had a completely different theme, and the theme tended to strongly affect the gameplay. So it reminded me of that a little bit. There's even a floor in Luigi's Mansion 3 where you're like on a film set or something like that. And that's what reminded me most of the stage play idea.
That is a true story.
That you're exploring this film set. So if it has similar quality to that, I'll be happy.
All right.
It looks like it's a fun way to explore Peach's character as well. I think I'm kind of hoping that they took some cues from the success of the Mario movie and the very different characterization that we had in that from the average Mario game, in the way that it represents Peach. I think it's fun to see her seem capable in a game, not just in the movie, and I think that looks a lot of fun.
I think my previous best characterization of Peach was in Thousand Year Door, so I'm glad to see them expand on things.
Mm-hmm. We got Tomb Raider 1-3 remastered starring Lara Croft. And all I have to say about this is, I wish this was the latest Tomb Raider trilogy instead. No offense to anyone who loves these classic games. I personally have never played them, so maybe this is a good opportunity for me to get into the original trilogy, but the newer trilogy, I've been really good.
And I came
Hard. I've been scarred by the original games. How about that?
Serious?
I was
Really?
going to say, I've come here specifically to say that I have childhood trauma and will not be getting these games.
So,
And not let
you heard it here first.
Wait, allow us to enlighten all of you, dear listeners. So let's just say, as children, so David, Lisa, and myself, in case you didn't know or had forgotten, we're siblings. Steven's a cousin and a good friend, but we,
I was basically an adopted dear fan.
But long time ago, we were playing Tomb Raider, or I think David was actually the player, and there's this area where you can practice
it's like your house, right?
the movement skills, like jumping and swinging and climbing and stuff like that.
I think it's in your own mansion.
Yeah, a mansion with some sort of
In your house, kind of, like not inside the house, but like on your ground.
and there's like this really
Obstacle course.
complicated, obstacle course basically. But the funny thing is, there's this very old hobbling butler that follows you around and constantly is offering you refreshment, and for some reason he was just creepy as heck. Like every time we approached, it was like something out of Resident Evil, like a zombie coming and ambling after you slowly, and every time we kind of got to the point where every time he approached, we'd all scream and shout, run away from him.
It follows you. You would turn around and suddenly he was there, and you were like, "No, I left you in the attic."
There was a time when I'm pretty sure David was still the one playing. He took him in the pantry, and or maybe
Shut him in.
you might have put him in the freezer.
It was the freezer.
And he closed the door on him. He closed the door on him, so he was stuck inside. But to cap off the whole creepy factor, his face phased through the door Yeah, and he just kind of stood there. He couldn't get any further, but his creepy face just kind of looked at us through the door, and we just never played it again.
Yeah, it's like Jacob Marley style.
He will find you. He'll find you all over the house. It's the only way to escape him. The only way to escape him is to lock him in a freezer.
So that's our
And you heard it here first.
funny little anecdote for the only experience we've had with Tomb Raider. I, for one, am slightly interested in trying the games themselves sometime, but they're...
Reliving your trauma, Anthony? Is that what?
Well, I don't feel like I was as traumatized as you and Lisa, because you were playing and she was a lot younger than we were. So
Yeah.
I'm interested in the games themselves, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I'll ever play them, just because I don't know where. I mean, I'm having to triage the games that I'm interested in right now, like that I thought were must plays. So we'll see what happens with it.
So we're moving on to Detective Pikachu Returns. And I still wish the visuals looked better.
Yeah,
I guess it's not going to change.
Sort of looks like a 3DS game, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It looks just like a 3DS game. But that aside, I really did enjoy the Detective Pikachu movie. So I thought I might like this too. So we'll see. I want to keep this on my radar and see how it's reviewed before purchasing. But I really did enjoy that movie. So
Yeah, that's kind of me too. I'm probably going to stay tuned on the reviews and see what happens. I have to admit, when it first came on, I was like, eh. But then, like, some of the game mechanics looked really fun. Like, oh, Pikachu talks to the Pokemon, and the human talks to the human. I don't remember his name, sorry. And then, like, Pikachu can enlist other Pokemon's help to do certain tasks. And I was just like, oh, that kind of sounds fun. So, there's that. And also, for some reason, I really liked the way they designed the characters.
So, moving on, we've got Trombone Champ, and this game just looks absolutely hilarious. I want the panel to do a video where we all play this together, because they actually use the Nintendo Switch IR sensor. Yeah. I don't know if I can probably count on my hand, on just one hand, how many games have actually used the IR sensor, like, in a unique way. And this is absolutely one of them. It looks hilarious. We got to play it. We're going to make an episode where we all just play it.
I mean,
and have some fun.
If they manage to make it a well-executed and sensitive system, it's still going to be crazy tough. Like, basically, it's going to be... it's like trying to play a theremin, you know?
So that's kind of the point of the game, though, from the vibes I've gotten of it being popular on Steam, is to play it the best you can, but it's gonna sound awful in really funny ways. So I'm pretty sure that if we play this as a group, which is the only way I'd really want to play it, is with as a party, I will probably have a laugh attack and get the hiccups.
Perfect. I love it. Let's go. I want to play it so bad. If you thought you were bad at Guitar Hero, you're gonna be even worse.
I confess.
By the way, this game is out, and there have been reviews. So. And the reviews are saying, yeah, the whole point is that this game is blowing a big raspberry at perfectionism. You know, the point is chaos.
Yeah, that's the point of the game.
I think
yes.
I've basically had to come to understand that, because my initial impression when they announced it is, oh, yeah, because we, of course, needed ear-splitting musical practice, the game.
No, I think that's why they called it Trombone Champ.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's why it's called that. So you can be like, yeah, I'm a champ. Do you hear how this sounds like?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm vaguely intrigued now. I think it would be a riot in a party setting. So yeah.
Alrighty, moving on. We got Wartales. Lisa.
Yeah. So this one, when I saw it kind of, David, back me up here, kind of gave me Heroes of Might and Magic vibes.
That does have me more intrigued. I have to admit, I didn't catch that when I watched it originally, but when you say that, I'm immediately interested.
Yeah. Yeah, it might have been the fact that it's kind of like top down and you're like kind of in a wilderness/city setting, and that you're like going after, you know, bandits and stuff. And so I'm kind of interested because of that, because I spent a lot of my childhood playing Heroes, but I'm also pretty interested, like the thing that would increase my interest a lot is that they have the multiplayer. I think they had in-person and online multiplayer, and I feel like it would be really fun to play as a group, but you know, that becomes difficult because it depends on other people's agency. Yep. But yeah, that's basically what I wrote about it. I would be interested in playing it with friends.
Yeah, Heroes of Might and Magic kind of vibes with friends. That intrigues me.
Yeah, you'll have to look back through it and see if you see it. But when I saw it, I was like, why do I have childhood feelings about this?
That's awesome. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on to Contra Operation Elga. No, that's fair. I loved the old Contra games back on the SNES, but this game, it looks really good, but I want to see how it reviews before I really seriously consider it.
Right. I'm kind of in the same boat. I even loved the NES Contra. I just think they're like really amazing run and gun type games. I don't know how I feel about the remake. I feel like the visual quality looks a little cheap to me, and so that doesn't give me a ton of confidence in how it will turn out. But I'm at least interested.
Well, moving on, we've got Unicorn Overlord, and David and Lisa are going to talk about this one.
So I was just going to mention that. So apparently, the developer of Unicorn Overlord also developed a game called 13 Sentinels, which is apparently just the people who played it just love it. Like they think it has an amazing story, and so it's the 13 Sentinels game has been on my radar for a while. Is one I'm curious about, and so when I heard that comparison, it gave me more confidence that this could be something pretty great too.
Perhaps I used this comparison too soon, but it was genuine for both of the cases, and this one also had slightly a different flavor. But this one actually gave me Fire Emblem and Heroes of Might and Magic vibes, although I'd say the Fire Emblem vibes were a little bit stronger. I feel like I sometimes struggle with the Fire Emblem games because I get really stuck on the whole, like, gather all the people and keep them alive forever. If anybody dies, then we can't do this. So we're just going to be so dang careful that we can't really enjoy the game. But I feel like there was enough in the trailer that had me interested, and also the fact that, once again, I got Heroes vibes a little bit. I was like, oh, I like Heroes of Might and Magic. So probably gonna look at reviews, probably check out a Let's Play, and I think I'd probably pick it up. We'll see.
Yeah. Awesome. For me, it'll be a wish list one and watch for reviews, see how it does.
Moving on, we've got Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. This game looks good. I wish it looked better. Again, if you kind of tell the 3DS a little bit. But don't get me wrong, it looks way better than the 3DS version did.
Too late. I got you wrong.
That's fair. This is a fantastic game, though, and I'm happy that it's being ported to the Nintendo Switch, and it really deserves all the love. I love this game.
Have you played it? I was going to ask if any of us has played it.
Yeah. Yes, I loved it.
I have not played it, which actually makes me more interested.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but I have to say, I'm even more impressed that they brought the multiplayer aspect to it too, and I love that. Multiplayer was so much fun.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, yeah, I played the original, and in some ways, I actually prefer at least aspects of it to Luigi's Mansion 3. But it's a very solid game. I enjoyed it a lot.
I haven't played 3 either, so that doesn't really help me. But I know 3.
Dang, there's a hot take over here.
Yeah, you earned a what from me.
Yeah. I've played not a one of the Luigi's Mansion games.
Not even the original, Lisa?
No.
Well,
what?
Goodness.
Okay.
What you're saying is you're going to have to do a live stream of the games?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. You heard it here first. Lisa's going to do a live stream.
I guess I should try.
Hey, Anthony, do you have anything else to say? I'm sorry, I don't know if you got cut off or not.
Nope, but
Okay.
it's a good game.
All right, so we are going to completely graze over the Nintendo Museum announcement.
Except okay, I do have to quote one of our viewers. He made a really, really funny point, and he's given me permission to quote him. He said, Nintendo will announce a museum before the Switch 2.
And they kind of saw the future, I think.
No kidding. Oh, bro.
I was under, all right. I'm like, oh, cool. Something that I guess people who live in Japan or people who can travel to Japan can enjoy.
Exactly. Anyway. All right, moving on. I love that. We got more Amiibos. We got the Zelda and Ganondorf Amiibo, the Noah and Mio Amiibo, and the very last Smash Brothers Amiibo that was left, Sora.
Yes,
Woo.
it's all good. I like that the Amiibos exist. I probably won't get them, but I don't use them for games. If I collect any Amiibo, it's because I really love whatever game they're from, and I just want a cool figurine. So
That's I'm next. If I was going to get any of these, it would be Sora for the Smash Brothers functionality.
I'm not an Amiibo person. I don't own a single one, but Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is tied with Tears of the Kingdom as my favorite game of all time, and so I have to admit that I am tempted by the Noah and Mio figures.
Hold on, wait. We just said Zelda was one like your favorite games of all time, but you're not going to get Zelda or Ganondorf.
Well,
but you're going to get Noah and Mio. Explain yourself.
Because though
I'm just kidding.
I don't know, like there's a billion Zelda Amiibo.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
That's kind of why I think that's why my brain was just like, let's not remember this at all. Another Zelda Amiibo, I kind of want them. And even though the reasonable part of my brain is like, what? For what? What do you want them for? I'm just like, where's Noah and Mio?
Alrighty, we are moving on to F-Zero 99.
Okay.
Now this... Okay, this was not... Oh, sorry, Anthony, want to go first?
Well, I mean, sorry, I wanted to... I got excited because...
That's okay. Get excited, man. Get excited.
This one surprised me because, so I have actually never played an F-Zero game before, so I've been completely out of the loop. But my first impression was, wow, this feels like a slap in the face to F-Zero fans because I know they've been asking for a sequel or at least even a remake for a long time, and this is what they're getting, just kind of a 99 reskin. Like, is it just felt cheap. But it's actually...
We thought it was hard to be Metroid fans, Anthony. What? Think of these poor F-Zeros.
Oh, yeah, no, the F-Zero people have it worse, for sure. But I tried it. It's free, and I was intrigued, and it's actually a good time. It's simple but compelling, and it's incredibly competitive. Like, I can't get anywhere close to first place in a 99-person race, which... probably means I'm just a noob and I need to get good, but I
got 62nd.
I was really surprised, and it's not like, wow, I'm going to play this game all the time, but I came away thinking, wow, no, this was actually a really good idea.
I was just going to echo kind of what Anthony said. This is not the rumored F-Zero game that fans wanted, but boy, it sure makes a fun splash in the Nintendo Switch Online pool. And what a fun title.
Wasn't there something like Tetris 99 that was a thing for a while and then they discontinued it?
Yeah, I think it's still on there.
Oh, really?
I went to download it the other... I went to download the F-Zero 99. I swear I saw it. I want to double check now.
There was a Mario one.
Mario.
They definitely got rid of.
Yes, the Mario one.
I remember people being very angry because they were like, this was such a fun thing. Why would you get rid of it? And part of me is like, would they do that to this one? I hope not.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too.
That's fair. Everyone was worried mainly because of that Mario one that they hit it, and then it was for the anniversary, and then they got rid of it. Yeah. Yep. They're like, are they going to do that with this? Because that would suck.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, they maybe, I don't know, like server costs. I don't know. Was that the reason for the Mario one going away?
They didn't give any reason.
Nintendo basically has they're basically Scrooge McDuck from DuckTales swimming through their pile of money. So I don't think they can run that excuse.
The excuse they gave for the Mario was like, it's just for the anniversary, the 35th anniversary, and that was all we wanted to do it for, and we're getting rid of it. So
Tetris 99 is still up.
That's good.
So
okay, that's something then, because this is not for an anniversary.
No. Alrighty, moving on. We've got WarioWare Move It! And I'll have to say, is finally the franchise is returning to the Wii formula of ridiculous poses and insane mini games to play. The Wii game has remained my favorite Wario entry in the series, and I cannot wait for this game. It will be a day one purchase.
WarioWare is like the one, for me at least, one of the quintessential party games. It's just so ridiculous. And I remember playing Smooth Moves and laughing hysterically on more than one occasion. So yeah, I'm with you, Steve. I like how it feels like it's kind of returning to that same fun, goofy formula, in a series that was already kind of fun and goofy. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yes.
Yeah, I am kind of excited, but I think I've said this before, but I struggle with games that I think would mostly be fun in the party setting, unless I know that I would have somebody to play them with. So I think this would be just the best time with a group of people, but I wouldn't want to just like be in my living room and play it by myself necessarily. Not saying that that's an unreasonable thing. You're built different. You're stronger than me or something.
It is definitely a party game. All right, moving on. We got Budopan. Lisa.
Budopan?
What? I'm just kidding. That's what I wrote down because I couldn't hear what you said.
What, it was like Bandle Tale or something?
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Budopan. What?
Bamboo Tail. Take it away.
Something like that. Yeah, so I have to admit that when I was like watching this part of the direct, I was also doing dishes, and so I missed the name of the game. David says it's Bandle Tale, so I'm going to trust him. But what I had written down was knitting one, because I just kind of, I knit, and so I kind of thought the aesthetic sounded really fun. Was it like a League of Legends thing?
Apparently it's a Legend story game.
Which I have to admit, it kind of makes me confused because I'm not sure I have a lot of interest in League of Legends. So I'll probably like look at reviews, look at some stuff, and the knitting might pull me in because I just kind of think that's a really fun aesthetic. Because here's the thing.
Wow.
In the game, they were like, you use knitting magic to do blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, knitting is like magic in real life. You're taking a strand of yarn and making clothes or whatever. And that's magic.
Here first. Yep.
Yeah.
Heard it here first.
And I'm a witch. No, sorry.
Dang, and you heard that here first too.
I'm a knitting witch.
There we go. Moving on, we got Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. David?
Yes, I will talk about this one a bit. I mean, it's actually a game that I've been aware of for a while now. It's like a spiritual successor to the Suikoden games.
Oh.
I think it's made by the same developer who originally made Suikoden, and I may be pronouncing that wrong, so forgive me. A spiritual successor made by the original developer, and apparently the Suikoden games are just amazing. I've never played them, but that's one thing that has me interested in Eiyuden Chronicle. And I also just think the art style is awesome. I always love these games that have character sprites, but in a 3D setting, and then I kind of have that high definition HD 2D look. I just think the visual style looks fun. I'm a sucker for that, I guess. So it's one I'm interested in. It's
Moving on, we've got Eastward Octopia.
I was interested in the original game, just Eastward, not the DLC that they announced.
Me too.
But I haven't played it. It's one of those ones where, like, some people seem to really love it, but I've also heard that like some people thought it was too long.
Oh.
The pacing was not perfect. So it's one I never picked up, but I thought, once again, the pixel art looked amazing. I'd heard enough good things that I'm still interested, but haven't played it.
Yeah, that's kind of the story for me too. I think when it like first came out, I randomly joined the YouTube live stream of its little release party thing. And I like just kind of left my YouTube on there just so that they would have a viewer in there, but I didn't look a lot, but I was kind of interested. Like it looks kind of interesting. I never picked it up, but I think to be interested in this second game spin-off, whatever it is, I would first have to play the first game. If it was kind of like I go through their stories and then I end up like playing some wholesome farming thing with them, I might be on board. But we'll see. You know.
Yeah, I could picture that convincing me. I'm someone who has zero attachment to any farming sim game.
Yeah.
And so the DLC doesn't appeal to me, but maybe what you described, maybe if I played the original and I just really wanted the characters to have some happy, wholesome farming sim after whatever the story's about.
I'll be like, I'll make you guys happy. You'll have all of the beats you could ever want.
Next, we've got Wargroove 2. The first game was an absolute blast. I never finished the single-player campaign, granted, but I played the snot out of the multiplayer. It took my small group of friends days to complete a map, to complete a campaign together. But the best way to play it was obviously live when you're all in the same room. But it is so much fun, and they're adding so much more content in this. I don't want to go into all of it because we got to move on, but it is looking awesome. So I'm definitely, I don't know if it'll be day one purchase for me, but I definitely want to keep an eye on this one, a close eye. Dave is going to dive deep on this next one, and maybe makes us some sushi while he's at it.
Oh, dear.
There you go.
That was great.
Okay.
So what's the next one?
What do you mean what's next, Dave? It's Dave the Diver, man. Oh, Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
I did so good.
All the rest of it.
I even got a couple of compliments, and you still didn't. Go ahead, Dave.
The only thing I have to say about this one, besides the silly puns,
You're welcome.
is that I actually was aware of it. It's really popular on Steam. I think it released last year, and it was one of those games that was just kind of a surprise hit. The premise doesn't appeal to me too much. Like it's you like farm, you're diving down in kind of an underwater farming sim almost, it seems like, and then you're like maybe a shop management side to it too.
Kind of makes
No, it's got some
Moonlighter a bit.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a good Moonlighter. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Moonlighter was a little bit of Overcooked. I'm just kidding. It's not much.
So I haven't, like I've said before, I haven't really gotten into anything that's kind of farm simmy, or shop management. I haven't really done either of those genres. So, with my interest, it's mainly because of how popular it was, where maybe the execution of the concept was better than the concept of itself. So I'm curious about it, mainly because of just how much of a surprise hit it was.
All right, moving on. We've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. There were only new characters announced. Like, where were the courses?
Sure.
Okay, we'll take it. I guess there's no. I'm just kidding.
It's
I'm
the
sure
last.
I'll announce that.
The last path, or what's the word I'm looking for? It's the last one, right?
It's the last wave. I don't know what they're calling it. I forgot. But it's the last one. So I'm sure there's courses going to be announced at some time. But they only announced characters here in this direct, which is odd. But
Have any of you played the various waves of the?
I have. It's good.
I've dabbled, but I haven't really kept up with it. So I was curious how people are feeling about.
I'm feeling really good. It's really good DLC. I just want Mario Kart 9. But I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take more courses to digest while they wait. So I'm not going to complain too much. All right. Well, moving on, we've got Among Us, and I absolutely love this game, and I welcome any new map. Anthony did bring up a good point. I'll let Anthony bring it up now.
I'm just kind of lame that they did this gigantic, important seeming trailer, and it's just, we put a new map.
Yeah, it's true. I thought it was going to be Among Us spin-off, which... who makes that game? I don't remember. Okay, I love the game. I don't remember who you are. Sorry. But whoever you are, if you want to do a spin-off, that'd be great. And
here's the thing.
Love it.
How do you spin off such a
I don't know. I have no idea. But
game?
it's awesome. I
have to
VR.
I have to admit that I'm also kind of a bah humbug about Among Us. I really struggle with deception games, so I don't love them. Like Werewolf, Secret Hitler, Mafia. Really hate all those. So this is kind of like that.
All right.
My least favorite party game of all time is Mafia. And so the game, this game being based on that entire concept, it just was doomed to die in my heart.
Okay, well, then we're going to move on before my heart breaks in half. It's all right. Anyway, moving on. We've got the big announcement of the Direct, the one last thing, Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door remake, I'm calling it, because it sure looks like a remake. I really enjoyed my time with Paper Mario Origami King, but I did not enjoy the combat as much. But this looks much more my JRPG style, I guess. I'm gonna get this game day one. It looks beautiful, and it looks, like I said, the combat looks my style. It's gonna be a lot simpler for me to get into. this time around.
I'm going to jump in and say some things about this. I feel like there's enough to be said on this topic to fill its own video, and maybe that's something that we'll do at some point. But if any of you have been paying attention to some of the reactions on the internet, you'll see that there's a lot of people who are super excited about this. And for a multitude of reasons. For one thing, it's an incredibly excellent game, and there's people out there who put it among the greatest RPGs ever made. But I think another thing that's kind of a big deal is it seems like it's a course change. I would even go so far as to call it a course correction from Nintendo on the Paper Mario series in general. There's been kind of a major divide created among two different groups of the Paper Mario fans. The fans of the original formula and the fans of the new one.
But is there like really a divide, or is it there's the fans of the old one and nobody likes the new ones?
I don't know. I think there's some fans of both.
I think no. I've seen a lot of people who really like some of the new ones, especially the Origami King, and I will say,
yeah, but like color splash and stickers.
No,
really?
No, I don't. Those.
Okay. When you say some of the new ones,
okay,
why?
I don't know. Okay, there could be people out there, but I am definitely one of those people. I'm kind of on the. This is where I come from. I do not like the new direction for Paper Mario. I don't like how, the director himself basically said, that there's some shadow authority, saying you're not allowed to do creative things in Paper Mario universe. I'm kind of putting a spin on that, perhaps, but I feel like it's really shown. I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the Origami King, but it was almost in spite of some of the design choices they made. I did not like the combat. The boss battles were better, and I think for me, probably the reason for that is that it kind of restored some of the sense of strategy that was completely lacking in basically every other aspect of the combat in that game, and of any of the recent Paper Mario offerings. So I didn't like the combat, really, but it was a really solid game with really good storytelling. I loved the music. Honestly, I feel like it's one of their, Nintendo's best soundtracks. So it was a solid game. So I'm not one of those people that's like, man, everything that's come out of Paper Mario of late is the worst thing ever. But I will say that I did miss the days when I liked Paper Mario games, not only for their storytelling, but also because of their combat. That's something I can't say about any recent Paper Mario offering. And so, to see them bring back the Thousand Year Door, which has the combat I crave, but also a restoration of, unique characters and storytelling styles that aren't locked into, only the vanilla Mario established, universe. Like, that's exciting to me. It's something that a lot of fans have been clamoring for a long time, and it seemed like Nintendo was refusing to do it. And so I'm definitely one of those where this was kind of almost a watershed moment in, Nintendo seeming to decide maybe we will listen to you guys. And we're getting one of their best games ever as part of that. I am really, really excited. I've loved Paper Mario since the very beginning. In fact, this announcement made me decide I wanted to go replay it, so I'm actually replaying the original Paper Mario right now. The Thousand Year Door is probably my favorite entry in the series, and I'm really excited to see it return. It's a fantastic game. The remake looks incredible, and yeah, it's huge. I'm really excited.
It's kind of overshadowed Mario RPG for me a little bit, but
yeah.
But maybe we shouldn't say that too loud. I don't want Nintendo to get the wrong idea. I just mean it looks amazing. In some ways it looks even more exciting to me than Mario RPG. But they both look great.
I also agree that it looks more interesting than Paper Mario than Mario RPG right now.
Did you ever play it, Steve? Like its original?
The Thousand Year Door?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, this will be my first time. I'm excited. I know it's beloved by all the Paper Mario fans, and a lot of them say it's the best entry in the series, so I am excited to give it a try.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. I'm so dang excited to the point where today I actually, at work, exclusively listened to Thousand Year Door soundtracks. I kept being like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so great.
That looks beautiful, guys. Beautiful.
I've been hyping myself up in a different way. I have this current fling I'm on where I like to watch reaction videos of people who feel.
Oh, I do that all the time. Yep.
And I've just been watching Arlo's reaction on repeat.
Oh, yep. Lovely. Definitely.
This is absolutely a remake.
Yep.
This is a good year for Paper Mario fans and for Arlo.
Yeah.
Because like Pikmin and Paper Mario are like maybe the two series he's most passionate about.
It's true. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's giving them excellent entries in both games and both series. So.
And I've been just. That's why I keep on listening.
Yeah, I love it.
He mirrors my excitement. I'm like, yes, this is how I feel. So
start doing our own reaction videos. All right, before we wrap it up, let's give a final rating to this Nintendo Direct. David,
8 out of 10.
Okay. Anthony,
that's what I would say as well. I mean, the 1,000 Year Door announcement was a 10 out of 10, but I mean, there was some stuff in there that I wasn't, really sold on. So yeah, I'd say probably overall about an 8.
Lisa?
Well, I'm just gonna let the fact that Super Mario RPG and 1,000 Year Door was in there, it made it a 9 for me.
Okay, nice.
I was just so happy.
I'd be very interested to know what our people in the comments think. Yep. What our fans think of the.
Oh, wait, did Steven say?
Steven doesn't need to say anything.
Yes.
I originally gave it a 7 out of 10, just because there was not a lot of announcements in here that I was excited about. I mean, there was a few things, but the big bangers were in series or gameplay elements I'm not necessarily into myself. But because everyone was so excited about it, and I know that there's so many fans that are looking forward to all these games, like I have to rethink my score and maybe have to just go with everyone else and give it an 8, because there was a lot of good announcements for anyone who's into these franchises, and they're getting some major love from Nintendo right now. So I am happy for all of you, and for that I will give it an 8. But anyway, there you go.
That's very generous.
Thank you,
Steven.
All right, guys.
We need to stop. I need to go to bed. I'm tired.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give us a subscribe and like this video, and give us a notification bell ring so that you can know when we upload new videos. And please stay tuned for all of our other future content that will be coming in the future. And until next time, guys, keep it nerdy.
Keep it nerdy.